Shalom, my brother Dawalai, back to do another lesson. Lord's willing, it be edifying. This lesson is on the topic of the picture on the screen, and the answer is it's winding down as we speak. So, in truth, yes. Yes. To the question posed, I was watching a program a couple of days ago, and just Spirit compelled me to take a picture of that screen, and this was the question posed. So, yes, the answer to your question, yes. But there are more prophecies that need to take place, but we are in the waning moments of this place's existence. So, as always, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, the men of Great Millstone. Peace and respect to my elders, to the 144,000, the 1/3. I want to say Shalom to the men, women, and children scattered throughout the four corners of the earth who are of this like-minded spirit. Shalom. And to the 2/3, as always, mourning, lamentations, and woe are coming to a place near you. So I'm going to get right into it. It's not going to be a long lesson, but hopefully edifying, quick, and to the point. So we're going to go Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, and it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. So if you're honest with yourself, what land, what place, what nation does that scriptures literally describe? Because of unrighteous dealings. How was this land acquired? By broken treaty after broken treaty. By bringing the common cold to a land. By not putting down their sword for 1 hour. By killing, stealing, robberies, treachery, deceitfulness. All of these describe the birth of this nation. And yet we're told, just look by it, look past it. We're a democracy. And as the elder brother Malcolm always says, that word must be followed up with grenade. And that's true. When they lob that demon rule into your land, everything about your land goes into a state of fubar. Nothing is as it should be after that. Excuse me. So here again, like I said, it seems like the scriptures describes this place perfectly, to a T. Unrighteous dealings, injuries. What did it do to the so-called indigenous people of this land? What did this place do to the so-called black people? What did this place do to the so-called Puerto Ricans? the so-called South American, the Panama Canal. Just you could just go through line item after line item. As the apostles say, you really are on trial, and this is why this devil hates the fact that the apostles and all these men are out teaching this gospel and putting them on trial. He wants to be the one to put everyone else on trial, to show everyone else's shortcomings. But when his are pronounced to him, when his are shown to him, when his are brought out and revealed to the world, he wants to silence it. He wants to shut you up. He wants to close your mouth. He wants you to go on and do other things. He wants you to get back to wickedness. But by the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's not an option anymore. Forward. Eyes single. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's the earth as a whole. That's not we're gonna like Rome, like as in Rome, where Jake took over Rome. We're not taking over this place. This place is going to be rubbed out of existence. And we'll get that later on in this lesson, but Jake likes to think that America is going to continue indefinitely, and that they'll raise up in America and somehow be successful and continue this hateful legacy, push it forward again. It's not going to happen. This place has a scheduled due date, and it's already smelling like spoiled milk. Nobody wants to take the cap off because you know what it's going to do. It's going to permeate through the whole place. And because I begin this lesson in Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, and you're dealing with you Christians, man. The hypocrisy of you devils is off the chain. You literally removed an entire section of the book, but you'll never hesitate to bring this up. You'll never hesitate, and you'll do it without so much as batting an eye. Oh, that's not canonized. That's are you kidding me? It's part of the scriptures. And this is Revelations 22 and 18, and it reads, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High power shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy." And what did you people do? You devils took away an entire section of the book, the entire Apocrypha. You just decided, I don't like this. It's not canon. Who are you to determine what is in the scriptures? But we know now why you did it. Because so much of your condemnation, so much is revealed in the Apocrypha. But again, there's a judgment for you doing it. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. And the thing about you devils, man, you never had an option anyway. You never had a part in this. This really is speaking to Israelites. Because you devils never had a portion in the book of life and in the holy city. But you are going to receive some stuff. You're going to receive slavery. You're going to go back into the beast-like condition that you always were known for. Your time is quickly culminating to a destruction that you are going to be caught up in, that you're not going to escape from. And the elite of you are going into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. There's no getting around it. There's no way to remove your necks from your from what has been prescribed for you. Your prescription has already been written, and it's just, man, it's not going nowhere. There's a due date, a scheduled date that you're going to take your pill. And I just wanted to get that because, you Christians are always quick to, the Apocrypha, that, what is that? What book are you reading? Like all of a sudden the Bible that you're reading had something different. No, yours has been tampered with. Yours has had things removed from it. And therefore your understanding has been removed from actually getting what this book is saying. But nevertheless, we're continuing because, yes, to the question, this place is wrapping up. This place is culminating. It's coming to its close. But there's things that must happen. Jacob's trouble, famine of the word, actual famine, MOTB. It must happen because the scripture says it will happen. But man, this thing, this book, it clearly identifies you, dude. I'm gonna start at 1. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. A lot of mama's boys in America of the Jake persuasion, and a lot of mamas are, oh my baby, he was a good, no he wasn't, and you knew it. He was exactly what you raised, a little demon. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing. So, although America has always looked as though it was succeeding, we know that, it was building its nation on a false foundation. And now that foundation is crumbling, has crumbled. It could never continue. Because, like the scripture says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. And this place has heaped up treasures of wickedness. Everything that this place has done, from its inception to its current position now, has been nothing but wickedness. Evil, maniacal, deceitful, treacherous, and yet it presents itself still as that lamb, as that what is this? Let me grab that real quick, if I may. Salakia. Let me see if I could. Plus 0 results. Give me 1 second. Because this brings, this was actually describing this particular nation. There it is. Because the scriptures, again, like I said, so much as it describes, as I read, you can't help but extrapolate this land when you read, because the riches got by deceit. Well, how did they get this? Same with everything else that they do. Everything that this devil has done has been gotten by some form of deceit, treachery, beast-like mentality. And the way it speaks. Man, I'll let the scriptures describe it. This is Revelations 13, beginning at verse 11, and it reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb." So, it came up. Oh, we're peaceful. We're God fearing. We're a good people. Blah 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 blah. Yet underneath, and the whole world knew this. The whole world knew. And those 2 horns represent, it's Democrat and Republican type system, same system that Rome had. The was that the Flavians and the I'm not going to try to remember Salakia, but if somebody knows, they can just put it in there if they're listening. But yeah, the Rome had a 2-party system as well. Same setup. One part represented the rich, and the other part represented the rich's opinion on the poor. Democrats do not represent the so-called poor. What they represent is what the rich consider you. And the Democrats, especially here, it's all about lasciviousness, lewd and lasciviousness and shit, making that the way of the land. While the Republicans, it's all about just pure uncut racism and hatred, and this false moral standard and pride, just the overall pride. But again, as the picture showed in the beginning and the question was answered, yes, this is. And maybe this is something I could do another lesson on later on this, because I need to go out of it before I want to just kind of get into it, and I want to just stick to what I'm going through right now. But the fact is that this nation, it came as a lamb and spoke as a dragon. So now that dragon is being revealed, and these draconian measures and laws that it's about to present its own citizens here with, not to mention what is presented throughout the whole world. See, over here in America, they're willfully naive as to what this government has been doing, and has propagated throughout the whole world. They're willfully naive, like, just, hey, it's over, we're good to go here. And this is why all of these things are culminating in these other nations sending their troops over here by way of the UN, by way of what's so-called illegal immigration, and these men are going to bring to bear the same type of injustice, unrighteous dealings, and wicked behavior that America has presented throughout the whole globe, with the backing of its so-called citizens, with the naive, just stupid, like, understanding that, or whatever this place is doing, it's corporations decimating other lands, treating other people, dropping bombs and everything else, poisoning everywhere, stealing everyone's resources under the guise of, democracy grenade, and yet its citizens act as though, well, as long as I'm okay, as long as I'm good, as long as I have first, second, third, and fourth amendments. The amendment is allowed to be broken. You just don't realize that yet. And they're going to break these amendments. Amendment is an add-on that can be added on or removed. Continuing on. Going to go back, stay in Proverbs. We're going to go to Proverbs 13 and 11, because it's basically speaking the same thing. Once again, it's describing this place. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall be increased. And we know that in this land, that's not so, but the Most High is going to put things back in order in His time. Because if you work here, you're taxed on your labor. That's how this place operates. You're not taxed on your wealth. If you have wealth and your wealth gains wealth, there's no great tax. But if you're working and your labor, your hands beget the things that you have, this place is designed to take that from you, because they know who toils with his hands. Jay. This is why if you go in 7-Eleven and you take something there and you're caught, they'll give you 10, 20 years. Hard time. But if you part of a corporation and you embezzle $10 million, you'll get a slap on the wrist. Because this place is backwards. This place is just, it's made out of ill-gotten gain. And the Most High is not with this place. Again, the answer to the question is yes. We're going to stay in Proverbs one more time. And go to Proverbs 20 and 17, and it reads, bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Hey, and this devil is fixing to be in just that state. And I want to go over here, because I know gravel is rocks, but I'm going to see what they're, it's going to go to the BLB. Stop it. So NLT, stolen bread tastes sweet, but it turns to gravel in the mouth. So this is H2687.
Strong's H2687. Chatzatz. Chatzatz.
Hot sauce. Hot sauce. It's just giving us gravel stones, arrows. Hey, and what are those arrows coming to this place? Some arrows of indignation. Those, man, you know. So this is again, the bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. So right now this man thinks, he considers everything he's doing is good because he's been prospering. And I use that word been because that prospering is now beginning to wane. Now the super elite, they're still doing, their thing. They're still gaining. When you look at it, at this event they had since 2019, 2020, when they brought in these, this so-called ailment to the people. And if you looked, all of the top companies from Amazon to I think Microsoft and all the rest of them, how they quadrupled, double, tripled, quadrupled their profits, while everyone else was going under, was disappearing from existence. But what we understand that this is all the hand of the Lord. He's making a great work in the land. He's bringing everything to bear on this place, because the preparation for for Israel's salvation is being made. And it's beautiful the way he's doing what he's doing, because anyone outside of these scriptures, outside of this understanding, has no idea why everything is culminating on this world as it is. Because the salvation of Israel is about to take place. And all you nations had and played a part in it. You played a part in it happening, and you play a part in its continuation. Therefore, you'll play a part in the end when you all go into a state of slavery, into bondage. The same way you helped push Israel's bondage, all you nations, man, all of you, not one of you is getting out of it like you didn't play a part, because you was either involved or complicit in it, or silent in it. Therefore, you're going to be part of it. Because everything about this place was bought and gained through treachery and deceit. So this is Jeremiah 51:6, and it reads, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul." And right now, this is referring not to leaving this place, but coming out of her ways, removing yourself from her beliefs, from the things that she does, out of her religions, out of her hateful ways, her treacherous acts. You know, you don't want to take you don't want to have a piece of the pie here. The pie is stolen. You know, Jake has been down for so long that now that he's being offered something, what you're being offered, Jake, is stolen property. You know, it's blood soaked. You know, the investment is not good. It's time to remove yourself, remove your heart from this place. Turn your heart back to your power. You know, this place gives the false sense of this is better than anywhere else and everything else that could ever. No, it's not. And all you have but to do is to open your eyes and pay attention. This place is the worst thing that ever happened. Look at your children. Look at the way things go. You know, you can't leave your house for fear of what your woman may or may not do. You had to just come to the realization. You just have to accept it. You know, if she's got several other, you should be okay with it. That's not the way things should be, Jake. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. Get your mind right. Pull yourself together. Pull your head out of your proverbial buttocks. And deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense. So paybacks is coming to this place. Why would you want to be caught in there? We've already had our judgment. We suffer through our judgment to this day. Why do you want someone else's judgment? Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. And they're drunk with these philosophies. Look at the word, look at the globe, man. Everybody emulates this place. You know, the women are running amok in most of the, anywhere where they emulate American ways, the women are out of control. Moism is out of control. Death, robbery, rape, all these things are completely out of control. You know, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunk. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So all of these nations have had their fill. They're sick of this place. And this is being revealed more and more every time you turn on the alternative news. If you turn on the American propaganda, then no, you still under the misguided conception that everything is everything. That it's America forward and America strong and America blah, blah, blah bullshit. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And these merchants are going to weep. They're going to howl. And not so much for Babylon, but because their money pit, their ability to get rich has been snatched from them. Howl for her. take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. You know? And she ain't gonna be. I'm gonna just get 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So there you have it right there. She ain't gonna be healed. She's gonna be devastated from signing sea to signing sea. She's gonna be decimated, completely obliterated, eviscerated. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So the answer to the question that was posed, is this the end of America? Yes. Yes, Babylon the Great is coming to the end of its line. It has no more lifelines. It has no one it can call. It doesn't have any no free guesses, no get out of jail free card. This place is about to be eviscerated, removed from the planet. And call Hala Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for that fact. The things that they have done to Jacob in this land, and act as though it's no big deal, tell you to get over it, to know that you'll never achieve anything here, but you want to stay here, Jake, it's mind-boggling. It's truly mind-boggling. So, as always, as the Lord blesses me, I like to close out with Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, and it reads, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. What is the conclusion? What is this whole thing? What is the final say on this thing? Fear the Most High, reverence Him, honor Him, glorify Him, praise Him, fear Him. Know that He has the power over your body and your soul. And keep His commandments. That thing that Christianity has told you has been done away with. That thing that Christianity, oh, it's only 2, love the Lord and love your neighbor. Well, how do you love the Lord? By keeping His commandments. Who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is your fellow Israelite, your kinsman. And this is the whole duty of man. And who is that man whose duty it is? He who was given the laws. It's you, Jacob, you, Israel, from the northern to the southern kingdom. The whole house, man. It's time to repent. It's time to get yourself in order. It's time to fear the Most High. And it's time to keep His commandments. So with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the bishops, the men of great millstone. Peace and respect to the 144,000, the hopeful elect. I want to say Shalom and Wa Abba Baba. Shalom.